This happened to me when I was 13 years old. I was going through a rough patch in my life, and I wished I could just be invisible. Little did I know that my wish was going to come true, but not in the way I expected. It was a Friday afternoon, and I was sitting in my English class daydreaming about how my weekend was going to be. My parents had decided that I wasn't allowed to go out with my friends after school anymore. According to them, I was at an age where I needed to start focusing on my studies if I didn't want to end up working at Burger King for the rest of my life. It wasn't fair. All my friends were out having fun and I was stuck inside studying. I started to get really angry and I wished I could just disappear. I wished I could become invisible so my parents wouldn't have to worry about me anymore. Suddenly, the classroom lights turned off and everyone started screaming. When I regained my senses, I realized that no one could see me anymore. I tried to call out for help, but no sound came out of my mouth. I was invisible. Panic started to set in. I ran out of the classroom and into the schoolyard, not knowing where I was going. As I made my way home, I realized that I could hear people talking, but they couldn't hear me. I tried to get their attention, but they just stared at the spot where I was standing as if I wasn't there. I remember sitting on a bench in the park near my house and crying because no one could see me or hear me. I felt completely alone. When I got home, I ran to my room and locked the door. I looked at myself in the mirror and I could still see myself, but I knew no one else could. I tried calling out for my parents, but they didn't respond. I was scared, confused, and alone. That's when I realized that being invisible wasn't all it was cracked up to be. I tried to make myself visible again, but nothing happened. I spent the entire weekend alone in my room without food or water. I tried calling my friends, but the phone just kept ringing. I don't know how long I was in there for, but eventually I fell asleep. On Sunday night, my parents let my dog Toby into my room because he hadn't seen me in 2 days and he was getting worried. Normally, my parents would stop by to check on me every few hours, but this weekend they had decided to go out and have some fun for the first time in a long time. They didn't want me to ruin their fun, so they just left me alone. When Toby entered my room, I woke up and I was so happy to see a familiar face. He licked me all over and I pet him. As I looked into his eyes, I realized that he didn't seem to notice that I was there. I tried to pet him again, but he yelped and started barking at me. I was scared. I didn't do anything wrong. Then I noticed something strange. Toby was looking at his own paws as if he had never seen them before. I realized with a sinking feeling that Toby was also invisible. I don't know what kind of power this was, but I had somehow transferred it onto my dog. I felt responsible for what was happening to him, and I wanted to fix it. I went to the bathroom and splashed some water on my face. Maybe if I made myself visible again, Toby would become visible again too. But it didn't work. I was still invisible. On Monday morning, I went to school. I knew my friends would be worried about me, so I tried to contact them telepathically. Somehow, they all knew I was there, but they still couldn't see me. I don't know how, but they managed to find me and I told them I needed their help. We went to the bathroom together and they tried everything they could think of to make me visible again. We scrubbed me with soap, we poured water over me, and we even tried putting toothpaste on our skin. Nothing worked. I still don't know what happened to me. I still don't know how I became invisible and how I can become visible again. But if you're out there and you're thinking about making a wish, be careful what you wish for. Being invisible isn't all it's cracked up to be.